In this section, what I'm doing is I'm leaving the brown lock on, and I unlocked it, but I'm not going to do anything unless he's sitting down. So first he's sitting down, so I go to take the lock off, but he starts jumping, I just ignore him. As soon as his feet hit the ground, I try to do the next step, and that was get ready with a gentle leader. And as long as he's seated, I'll continue making a move. And if he does anything other than sit and he jumps up, then I'm going to turn around and face the other way, just like that. Now I'm just going to crack the door and hold it shut with my left knee while I grab a hold of his collar. I make sure I get the martingale where it won't slip over his head. As long as he's sitting there. If he wasn't sitting and I had to, I would push him back in with the door and shut it. But he's doing really good there. And I'm just keeping calm and talking calmly to him, or not talking to him at all. Notice here I was stepping on the leash, so that would keep him from jumping up and hitting me in the face. So he's walking pretty good right now. It's not tight on a leash, but he's starting to run forward, so I just stopped and I brought him back to me. I'm going to use my body as much as I can to move him around instead of pulling on the leash, because then he'll just start fighting and get him more excited. As you noticed, I got a chain leash on him because he was biting the other leash and getting overexcited. And now we're getting ready to do the door routine. I make sure he's far enough back is that it has a more success rate of being able to stay in that position. So he's totally ignoring me. He's blowing me off. I'm just kind of moving around with my body, trying not to do too much with the leash. It's where, again, he would be all excited. He's trying to rub off the gentle leader. So once I get him to calm down a little bit and sit down, then I'll go back to the door. You can use your hand. That might help. As soon as I just crack the door, he jumps up, I shut the door. Move back and get him back in this position. Don't let him get too close to the door. You'll make it harder. He's totally just blowing me off and just wants to do what he wants to do. Now I tell him what a good boy he was, and then I told him okay. So now we're going to start walking down the hall. What he loves to do is run across and go pee on that tree. Well, he's not doing that right now, but he's starting to pull ahead. So there he goes with the tree thing. And I'm just not going to let him do it. Just to try to turn him around you. All right, now we're going to start with the door again the same way as before. And just the same thing. He can't go out of the door if he's running. He's just going to be... I'm taking this space. This is my space, not his space. When I allow him to go through the door, then that's the time he can go. This is an exercise that helps him to calm down. You take and roll the leash up in your hand, and then you hold on within like a foot of where his collar is. I take off the gentle leader for that. This is a little bit exciting here for him. What I'm looking for is for him to lay down. And once he lays down, I can stroke him very slowly. If he's doing anything besides laying down, I'm totally ignoring him. I'm helping him while I can by breathing. We're going to abandon this quite quickly because he's just got too much to sniff at and look at that he's not going to lay down. And we'll just go in the hut and go from there. Stop it. Doing it in the hut. And he's still looking very interested, but he will calm down shortly. I think he's going to do it wrong. Just make sure he's down and he's kind of on a hip instead of being sphinx-like, so that you know he's more relaxed. So that he can't go anywhere and get too interested in anything. So if he's interested in Princess over there. This is much more successful inside. So he almost fooled me that time. But then he finally lays down and he starts being calm, and then long, slow strokes. This really does. I'd say 10 minutes if you can do it. 5 minutes to start with and work up to 10.